obviously, you're filming a police station. There's no need for you to be filming a police station.
Okay.
I'm going to search you.
Hang on. Well, first of all, let's just actually clarify.
You with anything?
No, could you identify yourself first, please?
Yeah, I'm a police officer. I've got my warrant card with me. How is it I can help you today?
I didn't ask for any help. And your collar number, please.
It's my shoulder number.
Shoulder.
It's 1968 November Echo.
Thank you very much.
What is it you're doing today?
I'm filming.
Pardon?
I'm filming.
Any reason what for?
Yep, just to see how well that the police actually interact with local people.
Oh, right. Are you from around here? Are you from this area?
There's no point in fishing to whether or not I'm from round here or not.
I was
Okay,
just asking.
It should make no difference whether or not I was or I wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just asking.
It's just something that should happen.
No worries. Obviously, you're filming a police station. There's no need for you to be filming a police station.
Okay.
I'm going to search you.
Hang on. Well, first of all, let's just actually clarify this.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to use section 43, okay, don't just quote me a number. Quote me the specific part of section 43 before you even attempt.
The encounter begins with an officer stating that there is no need to film a police station and immediately declaring an intention to conduct a search. The auditor pauses the interaction and asks for clarification before any action is taken. The shift from a basic inquiry to a proposed search happens quickly, without a clear explanation of legal grounds. The auditor requests that if a statutory power is being used, it should be properly identified and articulated. From the outset, the discussion centers on whether lawful filming from a public place provides sufficient basis for detention or search.
I have the legal right to actually film a police station. I'm breaking no laws. Okay, a detective sergeant has only just been out here. Okay, so think very carefully before you even attempt to use section 43. Because if you go to use section 43, okay, I will sue you.
Sue me for what?
Okay, for an unlawful detainment. Okay.
Why is it unlawful?
Because it is perfectly lawful, exactly what I'm doing, filming the police station. You've asked me what I'm doing. I've given you a reason, okay?
Now it states that, yeah, station.
And if you look under the section 43, okay, it is perfectly lawful for me to film a police station, okay, and section 43 cannot be used in the line of filming. I'm here to audit the actual police station, and if you care to actually look, because you're a public service, okay, and I'm a member of the public, okay, and I'm entitled to do exactly what I'm doing. Well, what gives you the right to abuse my rights?
How am I abusing your rights?
Because you're going to try and use the Terrorism Act.
I haven't even done anything yet.
As the conversation continues, the auditor references Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, explaining that it is a suspicion-based power requiring specific and articulable grounds. He states that filming a police station from public space is not by itself unlawful. The officer does not initially outline detailed suspicion beyond the act of filming. The exchange becomes focused on whether the threshold for a counter-terror search has been met. The auditor emphasizes that lawful activity does not require approval or justification beyond its legality.
By what I'm doing, okay? I've told you why I'm here, okay? And that's why I told you, think very carefully before your next step, okay? And if you need to call an inspector or a sergeant out, then I suggest you do so,
Who is it
okay?
you just spoke to?
A detective sergeant that was just out here.
Did not say who it was.
Okay? Well, just call through to your control room. They sent him out.
No one called
He's only come out, literally, he only just left me just as I walked this way. Okay. So that's why I said, think very carefully with what you're about to do.
He say?
He knows I'm perfectly well within my lawful rights to do what I'm doing. So that's why I said, think very carefully.
I don't even think very carefully.
No, you do. You can't just use the section 43, okay, and abuse that power. That's why section 44 got removed, because of officers like you that tried to abuse.
Like me?
Yeah,
You've never met me
you've
before.
gone to use
Officers like me.
Yeah, that's why the first thing you actually went to do was take your gloves out and actually try and abuse my rights.
I'm not abusing your rights.
Yeah, you did, by trying to say you're going to search me. What gives you the right to think that you can do that?
But how am I abusing?
The officer states she has not yet taken action, while the auditor responds that the only reason no action has occurred is because he questioned the grounds. The discussion shifts to whether refusal to answer additional questions can contribute to suspicion. The auditor maintains that declining to engage in casual questioning does not create legal grounds for detention. The interaction highlights the distinction between curiosity, suspicion, Friend, the statutory requirement for reasonable suspicion before a search power is exercised.
What?
It's a bit extreme.
No, you're a disgrace to
Why
even
am I a
suggest
disgrace?
that. Okay?
Why am I a disgrace?
For somebody doing something lawful, you think that you can search him.
I'm asking you why you've come down
You think
here.
it makes no difference. I don't even have to answer you. When you put your camera on, you are meant to inform a member of the public.
It isn't.
Yes, you are. It's in your code of ethics. Okay? So, and you need to look under section 3.5.5. Okay? And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be doing the job. Okay? And as I said, then I will take out a case against you.
No worries, no problem.
I've just spoken to someone who spoke to you. I don't think he's a DS from the sounds of it, but I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I think what he said, did you say to him about obviously you weren't happy about the lack of police officers or something like that, was it?
Yeah, it's called an audit.
Yeah, fair enough. Long and short of it, like you said, he's obviously said you can record. The more people we see you and see it, obviously with everything going on, terrorism is obviously very high, you can be searched under it. Obviously,
The auditor notes that the officer began recording without explicitly informing him, referencing transparency standards within police guidance. A second officer joins the conversation and acknowledges that filming is lawful, but introduces the context of heightened terrorism concerns. The justification presented focuses on general security conditions rather than specific behavior beyond filming. The exchange centers on whether elevated threat levels alone are sufficient to justify the use of counter-terror search powers in the absence of individualized suspicion.
it's not great, it's not, or we shouldn't be using it, whatever.
Well, no, it'd be an unlawful detainment is what it will be.
What we would say though is, obviously with what's happening in the world and obviously terrorism acts and stuff like that, we would probably, if we wanted, we can search under it, we'd think there's enough. I think what the guy upstairs said to you is, obviously you can film, obviously the longer you stay here, the more people are probably going to stop you and think this looks a bit suspicious. Is that kind of what he said to you?
Okay, just remember, suspicion number one isn't a crime.
No, I
okay?
didn't say it was. I just said, is that what he said to you? That if you hang around here, it's going to...
No, he didn't tell me that if I hang around here.
So what obviously what I'm saying is obviously if loads of police officers keep seeing someone film a police building, they would probably search you under the Terrorism Act because they would see it as suspicious that you've been spoken to now by 2 officers and they've said to you, like, obviously you can film, but if you carried on to staying here like all day, they're going to go, why is he still here filming?
And even if I did, there is still nothing wrong with that.
But you'd probably get searched, and then if you wanted to put a complaint in or whatever, then that would be down to you. But officers would probably, the next person who stops you...
The discussion develops around the idea that prolonged presence while filming may appear suspicious to multiple officers. Thus, the second officer suggests that continued filming could result in another officer deciding to conduct a search. The auditor reiterates that suspicion itself is not a criminal offense, and that lawful behavior does not become unlawful due to duration. The conversation reflects differing interpretations of how suspicion is formed and whether repeated visibility can independently justify enforcement action.
Whoever you spoke to, they haven't informed anyone else that you're here. Or
That's not my fault though.
No, I'm not saying that.
But as I did tell you, it literally only just left me.
Yeah, but
I walked from here to there.
But I don't know that.
And that was when you came out, okay? But maybe what you should do is, instead of actually going to try and go straight in for and saying about a search, okay, maybe the actual facts should actually be put forward first. You can't go off of what you don't know, but what you do know.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is the difference.
Out here,
yes.
filming a police building.
Yes, and what's wrong with that? There is no law and no crime that I've committed.
But to us, it's suspicious. You stand.
Yeah, but just remember, suspicion is not a crime. And if you actually go by what the actual memo was that got sent out to all police stations, okay, to do with auditors, and I told you that that's what I was doing, okay, that we are to be left alone, okay, and to be able to actually film, okay, and it is on the actual actual website itself to say that any member of the public has the right to film a police station, police staff, police vehicles, and so on, okay, and not have section 43 used, and that is on your own website.
Okay, but we can use that to search.
And it will be unlawful.
It's not unlawful.
Yes, it is unlawful.
Officer might actually just turn around and say, like, you've been spoken to twice, you're getting searched. Fair enough? I know you might disagree with it, but that's probably what will probably happen.
Yeah, but then I will wait and see when I engage with the next officer. Okay, so there is her walk of shame, where she really thought that she was going to use section 43 on me, but she got absolutely nothing at all.
The interaction ends without a search, detention, or arrest. The officers disengage after discussing possible future stops and reiterating their authority to use search powers. No specific offense is articulated and no formal action is taken. The exchange concludes with both parties separating, but leaving the central issue unresolved but documented: whether the initial intention to search met the statutory threshold required under Section 43.